Okie dokie. This is going to be part 2 of me playing Elder Scrolls. What happens if you click go live there? No idea. Right. Continue. Yes. So, halfway to level 2, I'm playing a Wood Elf. We're right at the beginning of the game, we've just made it to Whiterun. And we need to go speak to the Jarl. Then again, I could speak to the Smith. She got that big order, remember, from the Imperials. Everybody here has a name, look. See, he's Ulfberth Warbear.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
So as you can see, Adriana Avenici is not a Nord. Based on her dark skin colour, we can assume that she's a Redguard. What can you tell me about Whiterun? Well, it's my first time in town, so I suppose it makes sense.
Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in Jorvaskr, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
Okie dokie.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Right. Well, so that was a thing. So we've got two quests really. One is to go to Jorvaskr and speak to the companions, see whether they'll let me join. And the other is to speak to the Jarl.
Damn those to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks. They'll get what's coming to them.
So where am I going? Where am I going? Not there. I know my way around this place as well. Ah yes, so this upside down boat is Jorvaskr. See? Jorvaskr.
Those two at it again. Watch the eyes.
Oofed. Two people having a little boxing match there. Kaplunk. Right.
Just keep swinging. I'd sort of curse you.
Let's speak to Torvar.
Are you gonna let me watch or not?
Ah, yeah, he's the drunk guy. You can tell from his roomy looking eyes.
In charge of what? I'm in charge of me and you're in charge of you. If you're looking to join up, Toddlack's the one to be talking to.
Of course he is. I already knew that. But it's fun to talk to these people. Right, we could ask who are the companions and why did you join the companions. Let's ask him why you joined the companions.
A man of my station has many debts. I'm not much use at labor or learning, but I can throw a punch with the best of them. The companions let me fight for gold, so I fight.
Okay.
All right then.
If Eorland made it, it's more likely you're gripping it wrong. Find me tomorrow and we can go over it.
When the Empire surrendered
Let's
to the
go.
ordinary Dominion, they shamed us all.
Yes, I haven't got all day. Speak.
Let's
So I
go.
wouldn't have to answer stupid questions from idiots.
Alright, yes. Yeah, the stone arm's answer to my question.
Alright then.
Right, we need to find Codlack. Um, into the living quarters, see if we can find Codlock down here.
Oh, I'm just a servant, dear. You want to talk to one of the companions, I'm sure.
But I still hear the call
There he
of
is.
the blood.
We all do. It is our burden to bear. But we can overcome.
You have my brother and I, Otis. But I don't know.
A stranger comes to our hall.
So now I have to ask to join.
Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you. Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting him.
I am nobody's master, Vilkas. And last I checked, we had some empty beds in your Vasker for those with a fire burning in their hearts.
Apologies. But perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is their heart.
And their arm.
Of course. How are you in battle, boy?
I'll say I can handle myself. After all, I did some fighting already.
That may be so. This is Vilkas. He will test your arm. Vilkas, take him out to the yard and see what he can do.
Aye.
Okay. Now you will notice that if I want to take the things on the table here, it marks in red that that would be stealing. So this is not one of those games where you can basically just walk into people's houses and take everything. They have a value with no consequences. There are most definitely consequences of many kinds. There's not a morality system as such, but there are bounties, and people will react with hostility to you if you steal from them. Okay.
The old man said to have a look at you. So, let's do this. Just have a few swings at me so I can see your form. Don't worry, I can take it.
I be smeared you won't leave here alive. Pretty good arm you have there.
Not that.
Okay.
Next time won't be so easy. You might just make it. But for now, you're still a whelp to us, new blood. So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Whiterun to have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
Okay. So, looks like I've been taken on as a general dog's body. Gotta start somewhere. Wait a minute. I wonder whether the way I'll go back out the back way. I think maybe the way up to the forge might be out the back. We shall see. We shall see. I don't know. Doesn't make any difference. I was going to go through the house. Right. Okay, so this shows me where I am. I need to speak to the Jarl, but I also have this other little job, which is give Vilkas his sword to Whiterun. So, if I click on take up arms, that will move my quest marker to mark where I need to go for this quest rather than the previous one. There we go. Right. Righty-ho. Still got the main quest mark for the main quest, but now I've accepted this quest. I don't want to go back that way. It's just back into the training yard. There we go, up the stairs. Yeah, there we go. Yolan Greymane. Well, Vilk has sent me to get his sword sharpened, so here it is.
I'm guessing you're the newcomer then.
I am indeed.
Oh, don't worry too much about it. They were all whelps once. They just might not like to talk about it. And don't always just do what you're told. Nobody rules anybody in the companions. Not actually a companion myself, but none of them know how to work a forge properly, and I'm honored to serve them. My name is Yolan Greymane. I work the Skyforge. Best steel in all of Skyrim. All of Tamriel. I have a favor to ask.
Okay, what it
I've been working on a shield for Aela. My wife is in mourning, and I need to get back to her soon. I'd be much obliged if you could take this to Aela for me.
Well, I'm happy to lend a hand.
That's a good man.
Now these things here, you will note, it doesn't say it's stealing. Because I'm a member of the Companions now. There's also a book. The Armorer's Challenge. And by reading it, my smithing has increased. You see, this is why reading books is a good thing. Some books improve your skills. The Armorer's Challenge by Mimophonus. 300 years ago, when Kataria became Empress, the first and only Dunmer to rule all of Tamriel, she faced opposition from the Imperial Council, even after she convinced them that she would be the best regent to rule the Empire while her husband Pelagius sought treatment for his madness. There was still conflict, in particular from the Duke of Vengetto, Thane Minglumire, who took a particular delight in exposing all the Empress's lack of practical knowledge. In this particular instance, Kataria and the Council were discussing the unrest in Black Marsh and the massacre of Imperial troops outside the village of Armanius. The sodden swampland and the sweltering climate, particularly in summertime, would endanger the troops if they wore their usual armour. I know a very clever armourer, said Kataria. His name is Hazadir, an Argonian who knows the environments our army will be facing. I knew him in Vivek, where he was a slave to the master armourer there, before he moved to the Imperial City as a freedman. We should have him design armour and weaponry for the campaign. Minglumire gave a short barking laugh. She wants a slave to design the armour and weaponry for our troops. Cyrolus Sacus is the finest armourer in the Imperial City. Everyone knows that. After much debate, it was finally decided to have both armourers contend for the commission. The council also elected 2 champions of equal power and prowess, Nandor Baraid and Caphalas Il, to battle using the arms and armaments of the real competitors in the struggle. Whichever champion won, the armourer who supplied him would earn the Imperial Commission. It was decided that Baraid would be outfitted by Hazadir and Yol by Sacus. The fight was scheduled to commence in 7 days. Cyrolus Sacus began work immediately. He would have preferred more time, but he recognised the nature of the test. The situation in Armanius was urgent. The Empire had to select their armourer quickly, and once selected, the preferred armourer had to act swiftly and produce the finest armour and weaponry for the Imperial army in Black Marsh. It wasn't just the best armourer they were looking for, it was the most efficient. Sacus had only begun steaming the half-inch strips of black virgin oak to bend into bands for the flanges of the armour joints, when there was a knock at his door. His assistant Fandius ushered in the visitor. He was a tall reptilian of common markings, a dull, green-fringed hood, bright black eyes, and a dull brown cloak. It was Hazadir, Katari's preferred armourer. I wanted to wish you the best of luck on the... Is that ebony? It was indeed. Sacus had bought the finest quality ebony weave available in the Imperial City as soon as he heard of the competition, and had begun the process of smelting it. Normally it was a 6-month procedure refining the ore, but he hoped that a massive convection oven stoked by white flames born of magicka would shorten the operation to 3 days. Sakkas proudly pointed out the other advancements in his armoury: the acidic lime pools to sharpen the blade of the daikatana to an unimaginable degree of sharpness, the akaviri forge and tongs he would use to fold the ebony back and forth upon itself. Hazadir laughed. "Have you been to my armoury? It's 2 tiny smoke-filled rooms. The front is a shop, the back is filled with broken armour, some hammers, and a forge. That's it. That's your competition for the millions of gold pieces in Imperial commission." "I'm sure the Empress has some reason to trust you to outfit her troops," said Sirolus Sakkas kindly. He had, after all, seen the shop, and knew that was what Hazadir said was true. It was a pathetic workshop in the slums, fit only for the lowest of adventurers to get their iron daggers and cuirasses repaired. Sakkas had decided to make the best quality regardless of the inferiority of his rival. It was his way, and how he became the best armourer in the Imperial City. Out of kindness, and more than a bit of pride, Sakkas showed Hazadir how, by contrast, things should be done in a real professional armoury. The Argonian acted as an apprentice to Sakkas, helping him refine the ebony ore and to pound it and fold it when it cooled. Over the next several days they worked together to create a beautiful daikatana with an edge honed sharp enough to trim a mosquito's eyebrows, enchanted with flames along its length by one of the Imperial battle mages, as well as a suit of armour bound wood, leather, silver and ebony to resist the winds of oblivion. On the day of the battle, Sakkas, Hazadir, and Fandius finished polishing the armour, and brought in Raphaelus Yule for the fitting. Hazadir left only then, realising that Nandor Braid would be at his shop shortly, to be outfitted. The 2 warriors met before the Empress and Imperial Council in the arena, which had been flooded slightly to simulate the swampy conditions of Black Marsh. From the moment Sakkas saw Yule in his suit of heavy ebony and blazing daikatana, and Braid in his collection of dusty, rusted lizard scales and spear from Hazadir's shop, he knew who would win, and he was right. The first blow from the daikatana lodged in Braid's soft shield, as there was no metal trim to deflect it. Before Yule could pull his sword back, Braid let go of the now flaming shield, still stuck on the sword, and poked at the joints of Yule's ebony armour with his spear. Yule finally retrieved his sword from the ruined shield and slashed at Braid, but his light armour was scaled and angled, and the attacks rolled off into the water, extinguishing the daikatana's flames. When Braid struck at Yule's feet, he fell into the churned mud and was unable to move. The Empress, out of mercy, called the victor. Hazadir received the commission, and thanks to his knowledge of Argonian battle tactics and weaponry, and how best to combat them, he designed implements of war that brought down the insurrection in Armanius. Kataria won the respect of council, and even grudgingly that of Thane Minglumire. Sirolus Sakkas went to Morrowind to learn what Hazadir learned there, and was never heard from again. An interesting read. Now then, I could take that shield. I could take the iron helmet and wear it instead of the hood that I'm currently wearing. Blacksmith forges. Blacksmith forges used to create new weapons and armour from raw materials. Yes, but I don't have any raw materials to make anything from. Apparently my smithing's already at 16. Yeah, this is what it would look like if I was actually making anything. Look, so you can't make. You need leather and leather strips. You can make jewellery as well. Anyway, we don't have any of the materials, but that's a thing that you can do later on in the game. Ah yes, so I've got 2 quests now, I think. Bring Ayla her shield. She was the huntress that I met previously. Yeah, so she's outside, so I'll wait until I've done the other task I have to do, because I'll probably have to go outside of Whiterun after that anyway. I need to speak to the Jarl, and the Jarl will probably send me off to do something somewhere.
What would you have me do then? Nothing? My lord, please.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
I just...
I'll say I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
And there he is.
You were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
So I could either say yes, I had a great view while the Imperials were trying to cut off my head, or I can say the dragon destroyed Helgen, and last I saw it was heading this way. Go for the
Really?
first one.
You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is what exactly happened at Helgen.
So I'll tell him that the dragon destroyed Helgen, and last I saw it was heading this way.
By Ismir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. The dragon is lurking in the mountains.
We will assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not.
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon
Yes, my lord.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you can do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Okie dokie, lead the way, y'all. By holding down shift I'm able to walk instead of run. It's like a thing in most of these games that you just run everywhere by default.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
Make up your mind.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
What does this have to do with dragons?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Dragonstones, yes. Vaguely remember something about those. Right, so anything you can tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
How do you know this stone tablet is in Bleak Falls Barrow?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
And then we've got some other things we can say, such as, how do you enchant weapons and armour?
An old tomb.
No, that wasn't what I was trying to say.
I'm sure some of the locals can point
Yeah,
you in the right
yeah.
direction. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't
Ahem, I was trying
I
to
have my sources.
click on that.
Reliable sources.
There we go.
Student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin.
Righty-ho. I can ask him where I can learn more about magic.
A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold.
It gives me a new quest to visit the College of Winterhold. Ask him if he's the only wizard in Whiterun.
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Yeah, sure.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task.
Clearly. And I could ask him some of this other stuff, but let's press on. We can always come back and speak to him more later.
Anything we can use to fight this dragon.
Neither
Dragons. We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruth. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Now, there is an alchemy lab where you can create potions and poisons by combining two or more ingredients that share a common effect. Experiment with different ingredients to learn their effects. So this is how you do it. You click on ingredients. So these are the ingredients I picked up before. I've got the Mora Topinella that I picked up, the purple mountain flowers, the red mountain flowers, the salt piles, the thistle branches, and the tundra cotton. You will notice that the frost salts aren't on this list, so I can't accidentally use them up rather than delivering them. Anyway, let's start playing around, shall we? Thistle branch, red mountain flower, purple mountain flower. See whether we get a potion out of that. And we did. We've just created a potion of resist frost and discovered that thistle branch and purple mountain flower have the resist frost property. See, this is how, when you're first playing the game at least, you do it. Now, I used to keep little paper notes about my alchemy and what made what potions, but there's probably apps you can get and use for it. At one point there was anyway, and I was using it, but you do have to be careful. Anyway, let's have a go at making another potion. Let's try Tundra Cotton, Mora Tapinella, and Red Mountain Flower. Let's also make something. We've created a potion of Fortify Magicka, because the Red Mountain Flower and the Tundra Cotton and the Mora Tapinella. Wait, we've got Fortify Magicka and Restore Magicka. That's good, because I think what that means is that I've created a potion which does both those things, yeah. So it both restores and it increases my maximum. So that was a good one. And you see, now that I've done these things, if I want to recreate the effect and just make a potion with a particular property, I can just click on the property I want, and then it will put the right ingredients in to make it based on what I've discovered so far. Right, let's try Salt Pile, which we still don't know anything about.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
And then, sorry I haven't set off yet. I'm busy experimenting making potions. Nope. And there you see, doesn't always work. You don't always get something because there was nothing in common between those three ingredients. Anyway, that'll do for now. We'll wait till we've picked up some more ingredients and then we can find another alchemy.
You were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Yeah. So, I've got miscellaneous. Give the frost salts to Arcadia. Visit the College of Winterhold. Use the Arcane Enchanter and join the Stormcloak Rebellion. You don't have to join the Stormcloak Rebellion. That means taking sides. Give the frost salts to Arcadia. And then we can sort the other stuff out, I think.
This talk of dragons, world gone mad, I'd say.
If you look on the map, there's Ayla and her shield, there's the frost salts to Arcadia. It looks like Ayla's come back into Whiterun now, I think. Just try zooming into the map. Anyway. All fell.
Thinking of settling in? There's a house for sale. Breeze Hall. You should talk to the steward.
So, I think must be down here. Yeah, she's down over here.
I've been tending to the warriors of the Vasco for as long as I can.
There we go. Hello.
If Ysgramor himself wouldn't have the patience to deal with all the rabble around here. Ah, good. I've been waiting for this. Wait, I remember you. So the old man thinks you've got some heart, I guess.
You know this one? I saw him training in the yard with Vilkas.
Ah, yes. I heard you gave him quite the thrashing.
Don't let Vilkas catch you saying.
Do you think you could handle Vilkas in a real fight?
No, not really.
Ah, a man of action. Here, let's have Farkas show you where you'll be resting your head.
Farkas. Did you call me?
Of course we did, Icebrain. Show this new blood where the rest of the whelps sleep.
New blood? Oh, I remember you. Come on, follow me.
Yes?
Skjor and Aella like to tease me, but they're good people. They challenge us to be our best. Nice to have a new face around. It gets boring here sometimes. I hope we keep you. This can be a rough life. The quarters are up here. Just pick a bed and fall in it when you're tired. Telma will keep the place clean. She always has. Alright, so here you are. Looks like the others are eager to meet you. Come to me or Aella if you're looking for work. Once you've made a bit of a name for yourself, Skjor and Vilkas might have things for you to do. Good luck. Welcome to the Companions. By the way, if you're looking for something to do, we've gotten a letter about someone needing some muscle right here in Whiterun Hold. I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not our business anyway. I just need you to go out there, look tough, and scare this milk drinker into submission. No more than that. I don't want to hear about a killing, understand?
Okay.
Try not to get carried away.
Enable
By
that.
the way, if you're looking for something to do,
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vasker for as long
Skjor says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother, its smarts.
Now you see what happened there? I accidentally backed into that
Some people don't
vase.
think I'm smart. Those people get my fist. But you, I like.
Anyway. I can bed down in this room now, you see. And there are beds.
What are you doing
that
that
for?
for?
I can sleep in the bed if I want.
Know everything.
I'm still trying to figure out why Skjor let you in the first place.
Steady on now, missus. Anyway, I don't really think I need to have a nap.
Latest recruit, right? Wait,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yes, it is right. Anyway, I'll talk to these people later. I've got work to do. I'll go out the other door. Right. So, now then, what have we got? We've got hired muscle, intimidate, Skullvar, Sable Hilt in Whiterun. Let's try giving the frost salts to Arcadia. Wait a minute. So you can basically turn the quest markers on or off as you wish. So I turn that one off. Anyway.
You've been seeing the companions. It's an honorable call to your family.
Fear not. Dragon or giant will be ready.
Here we go. There's a wait a minute. I want to pick a lock. Arcadia's Cauldron. Oh, it must be a shop. Of course, it's a shop, and it's night time, so it's closed, so I can't go in. If I would have picked that lock and the guard would have seen me, that would have been awkward. Right. Okay, we'll sort that out when it's daytime and the shop's open. Instead, what am I doing? That's what I want to look at. Okay, intimidate Skullvar, Sable Hilt and Whiterun. Well, where is he? I need to rough him up to remind him of his obligations. just need to go to Bleak Falls Barrow and retrieve the Dragon Stone. Ah, at the stables. Is it Whiterun Stables, which is just outside town.
Now I remember. You're the new member of the Companions.
Yes, Houseguard. We'll leave immediately. It's just us against the dragon. Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else. We don't know where the dragon is. You're
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Yes.
So this guy's a trader.
Take a look.
So now we can barter goods. Okay. So, weapons. He's got an iron war axe of embers, which does fire damage. An iron battle axe of chills, which does frost damage. Potions and so on. Now, here are some things that I've got. So, I've got some things I don't really need anymore. Like this, but I can't really sell that. It's useless. I've got the silver garnet ring. Got the studded imperial armour. I could switch to wearing that because that's actually better than the armour I'm currently wearing. Foot wraps I started with aren't worth anything either, and so on. I'll sell the Book of the Dragonborn. I'll sell the wolf pelts. He's got some soul gems which are more than I can really afford. Let's buy some lockpicks there. Let's buy 4 lockpicks. There we go, that's how you buy and sell. And my barter skill will improve. And here we are at the stables. So I can try and pick this lock. There we go.
You're not supposed to be here.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
So I pay off my bounty now because I didn't realise the guards were just going to suddenly appear inside if I did that. Right.
Smart man. Now, come along with us. We'll take any stolen goods, and you'll be free to go.
didn't
After you pay the fine, of course.
I didn't steal anything. And there you go. So I got taken back to the Jarl's place.
What is it?
To pay the fine. Now I've got to go all the way back out again. It's bloody annoying. But there you go. That's what happens if you break the law. Luckily for me, it was just a little B&E charge. He's up early, isn't he? You know the type. Prophesizing doom and telling people to repent, eh? Well. If we do this, we can see what time it is. So it's 6:07 AM. So I'll just pop outside and we'll speak to whoever this guy I'm supposed to intimidate is. Because it would seem intimidating people is not a legitimate reason to break into their house. Who would have thought it? And you see how it says novice, unlock novice, that means the door's still locked. I don't want to do the same thing again. Well, 5 gold might not seem like much, but I don't really have that much gold at this stage in the game. I'll come back later. Let's go to the Frostfell Barrows. Yeah, Frostfell Barrows is down that way. Custom destination? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go, we can get rid of that. Okay. So, off we go. I want to go west really, don't I? West. Southwest. I think. Well, actually now I need to veer more south. I don't think I can get up there from that side. Up into the mountains. Quite steep, the mountains. Let's see if we can find a way up this way. Nope. Nope. Too steep. Who's that?
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura, the goddess of twilight, if you'll excuse me. In the mountains to the northeast. I'll mark it on your map.
There we go. Got an extra little thing now. Oh, the big pronged deer there. Could try shooting a buck with my bow, but I'm going to save my arrows for things that are trying to kill me. My previous attempts at deer hunting were a bit of a waste. There's that rabbit again. Yeah, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Raw rabbit leg. That'll need cooking, of course. Let's see if I can head up into the mountains this way to Bleak Falls Barrow. Looks like this is the way up into the mountains. Oh, what's this? Butterfly wings are also used in potions, I'm afraid. Oi, a wolf. Yeah, that's right. Knee it in the jaw and then break its head open. Now that one's not swallowed any gems. Yeah, you got lucky with that one before, with the garnet in it. It makes sense, like, you know, if they're eating somebody's fingers and they've got like a gem ring on or something, and it passes through the... Then again, you'd find the whole ring, wouldn't you, not just a gem. Anyway, whatever. Just have found a shiny and eaten it. So, the symbol that looks like a 3 lines going into one, that's a symbol for a barrow. Oh, tower though. What's that tower? Oh. Oi, oi. I think these guys are bandits. Yeah, bandits.
I'll try and make this quick.
Oh. Ah, stamina low. So that used up my stamina, but I'm taking him out, I think. Oh, no, not quite. Whoops. Yeah, that took him out. So my health bar. I really need to learn some healing magic. Oops. Accidentally picked up something else there. And more axe. Oh. Right now, so I've got a second iron war axe. But anyway, I need to eat some food, that'll help me. Eat the bread. Nom 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 nom. Now then, what I meant to do... Oh! Yeah, well, that's heavy armour though. Currently I'm wearing light armour. That's also light armour. Switch to that, that's better. Yeah, we can drop them and drop that. So that's just stuff I don't need. Now, if I do a right mouse click on a weapon, that should mean I will wield it in my offhand. There we go. Now I'm dual wielding. See? So we can do that. We can do that. See, taking these things isn't stealing. For two reasons. One, because the people it used to belong to are bandits. And secondly, because I've killed them. So everything they used to have is free for the taking. On account of it never legitimately belonged to them, and they're dead and can't argue about it. Could take the lantern, but it's no use to me. Let's take the apples. You'll see that over time my health is healing. Oh, and here we go, a chest. In the chest, lots of gold, plenty of lockpicks, and an iron helmet, which I could wear if I wanted to. But I'm going to take it because it's worth money. Now it says it's worth 60 gold, but the thing is, because my barter's not very high at the moment, if I tried to sell it I wouldn't get anything like 60 gold. Like, 60 gold is what the vendor would probably get for it if he sold it. So obviously me selling it to the vendor, I'm probably lucky if I get 30 gold for it. And that's real life, and that's how it works in the game as well. Right, so that's those bandits taken care of. And this looks like our burrow. Indeed it is. It looks like there's somebody up there, a long ways off. They might be a bandit too. Switch to my longbow. Yep. Oops. Okay, I need to switch to melee. Yeah, I'll use 2 axes. Yeah. Okay. I'll get one of my arrows back off of her. I need to eat some more food. Oofed. I'm getting shot at. Where is he? Huh. Over there, eh? Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh, that's a better bow. Okay. Let's get the arrows off the other one. Alright, here's the way in. What's my racial ability again? And what's the key for activating it? Oh! Can I level up yet? No. No, my level doesn't appear to have increased yet. Although it looks very close to it. Very close to it. Oh no, I have leveled up. Choose an attribute to advance. It's attribute, let's have my health advance. So the 3 attributes you can choose to advance are your magicka, your health and your stamina, which are the 3 things that are depletable bars. Right, now, the business of perks has to do with these. Each of these constellations represents one of the skills. So the magical skills are illusion magic, conjuration magic, destruction magic, restoration magic. I haven't learnt the restoration spell yet. And alteration magic. And enchanting is more of a crafting skill. Smithing is a crafting skill. There we go. Heavy armor, block, two-handed, one-handed, which my skill level has been increasing in. I could potentially take a perk from the one-handed tree. Archery. Let's have a look at archery. I do like archery. You can take overdraw and then your bows do 20% more damage. There we go. So that's how you level up. Now then. Oh yeah, there was a thing I was going to do. Yeah. Journal. System. Controls. So 7 uses a power. I've forgotten what I get as my thing. There are all my stats, there are my crime stats. Apparently I've committed assault. Who did I assault? Total lifetime bounty 5. Locks picked 2. And everything on here is an actual crime. Trespass is 1. So far I've killed 7 people and 3 animals. And bunny slaughtered 1. Yes, it does keep track of rabbits separately, which I've never noticed before. Yeah, and crafting. Right, yep. So Let's see what we've got here. Steel war axe. Does less damage. Why they do mention do this? There we go. Now, Still works on my left hand. Apparently I've started a quest. Retrieve the golden claw. What was that? It was me. That was very easy to pick. Okay. Banded iron shield. I've been avoiding shields and heavy armour so far, so I'll just leave that. I'm going dual wielder at the moment. Basically, as far as weapons are concerned, swords are the fastest weapons in the game. Axes are balanced. Blunts are sort of slower, but they are do more damage, I think. Right, now then, let's have a look at this. The Golden Claw. I've overheard a group of bandits talking about the Golden Claw that they've recently stolen. Apparently one of the bandits has taken the claw further into Bleak Falls Barrow. Let's turn that one off for now. Looks like there's spiders down here. Hunting bow does 9 damage. Longbow does 8 damage. Yeah, the hunting bow is the better bow. The containers will tell you that they're empty before you try opening them looking inside, which is always slightly amusing about this particular game engine. I could be sneaking. Skeevers are like rat-like things, and their tails appear to be alchemical. You can use them in making potions and poisons. Oh, save that. That guy's a bandit, it's alright to shoot him.
Time to end this little game.
Notice how it said that I was discovered. You see the little eye that opens up, which means that they've spotted you. I got a couple of arrows into him before he got to me. course, I can't block when I dual wheels. Also, don't feel bad about the fact that they sometimes beg for mercy and say no more and stuff. If you leave them alone, then they will attack you again. You can't actually accept somebody's surrender. Not in this game. And they're bandits. They gotta die. And what have we here? Our first puzzle. So you see these here? They have animals on them, so this was like a bird. We've got a snake. We've got a porpoise, I suppose. And those are the 3 animals that are on. But how are we supposed to rotate them? If we get them into the right configuration, then pull the lever, that door will open. But if we get the wrong configuration and pull the lever, we will probably be shot at from arrow holes with horrible poison darts, which we do not want. So the question is, what is the correct solution to the puzzle? Well, up there is a porpoise. Down there, there's a snake. And up there, there's a snake. So, does that not mean snake, snake, porpoise? Snake. Snake. Porpoise. Let's see. Yep, that works. Potion of minor healing. There's a book, which we'll come back to. A soul gem, which we'll find use for. Soul gems have multiple uses, so one of the uses is to create enchanted items, as the court wizard said it back in Whiterun. And one of the other uses, if memory serves, is to recharge magic items. When you use certain magic weapons and the like, it depletes their charges, and you need to recharge them and put magical energy back in them, and you can do that if you have a filled soul gem. You need to fill the soul gem, and there's a way to do that which I haven't learnt yet, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Right, let's read the book. My pickpockets increased by reading the book Thief by Revan. If the reader has not yet had the pleasure of reading the first volume in these stories on the life of Eslaf Errol, Beggar, he should close this book immediately, for I shan't recap. Oh well, we'll just take it and then I'll read them in the right order for you. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Let's go down here. Oh! Oh, it's dead, it's dead. It's dead. Whoop. That one's dead too. Oh. And there's nothing else there. If we look in the map section now, we've got an indoor map. Bleak Falls Temple. Oh, scroll of fireball. I shall get my bow ready. And then I'll put some frostbite venom on it. Yeah. Now if I unequip the bow, it remains poisoned. See? Yeah. Uh-oh! Your health is low, you should drink a potion using healing spell to recover. I should. Right. Items. Potions. Potion of minor healing. I've been poisoned by it.
Get me down! You, over here! You did it, you killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Storage. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there. Does it look like I can move? You have to cut me down first.
I guess.
It's coming loose. I can feel it. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
Go on then, you idiot.
Is someone there?
Well, you've sure had my back, didn't you, Arvel the so-called Swift? I need another healing potion. What does my ability do again? I don't know. That's an alchemical thing. Ancient Nord sword. I think that's a two-handed weapon, isn't it? Alright. I'll have that. Find the secret of Bleak Falls Barrow. And now let's look at his journal. Well, we'll take it first and then look at it. His boots are better armour than my current footwear. Right. So I'm wearing fur boots. These hide boots are better. Because they're lighter. the little triangles mean that it's got a higher value, but higher value isn't always better, because for example if I'm getting my light armor skill up, then I don't want to switch to heavy armor because that goes on to a different skill. You really want to specialise. So I think with this character I might specialise in light armor, not heavy armor. This is why playing through again is often a good idea. Scrolls, food. Oh yeah, that was it. I was going to read the book. Books. Orwell's journal. My fingers are trembling. The golden claw is finally in my hands, and with it the power of the ancient Nordic heroes. That fool Lucan Valerius had no idea that his favourite store decoration was actually the key to Bleak Falls Barrow. Now I just need to get to the Hall of Stories and unlock the door. The legend says there is a test that the Nords put in place to keep the unworthy away, but when you have the golden claw, the solution is in the palm of your hands. And that is all he wrote. Aye. That, I think that's a trap. Yes, you step on that and that thing will swing round and smack you in the face. Ooh. There's places in here that I have not. That looks like it might get up and give me a go again. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Probably better than my iron one. So if I wanted to go back to dual wielding, I could do, but at the moment I'm going weapon in one hand, magic in the other. Uh-oh. I really need to learn some healing magic. Ooh, ancient Nord arrows. An ancient Nord bow. I'll quiver the ancient Nord arrows. Ooh. Interesting. Let's unlock this chest. Oh, I should level up. I should level up. Oh, dear me. It's a harder lock, it's apprentice level. There we go. Okay. I'll increase my stamina. Take the 100 weapons. Okay. So I am tending to use it. Now, I need to time this right. There are two ways of thinking about this. Oof. Should I have to go back that way, I won't have to do that again. Now that is an oil flask. Which has been suspended. Be on the lookout. Uh-oh. I was aiming for the oil flask and I hit it in the head. I thought, I'll hit the oil flask and it'll drop on it and it'll burn. And it hit it in the head by mistake. Oh well. Sneak attack, bitch. See, I love archery. This is all flammable, this as well. You don't always get your arrows back, but there are... Oops. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, there are perks you can take in the archery tree that increase the rate at which you get your arrows back. Now then. Now then. Oh my goodness. Did a power attack that used up all my stamina. I did put something into stamina as well. That's the one I looted before. Delete these guys. switch back to my bow, I think. Oh yeah, how was that? Not bad grouping, eh? Girlfriend, my handiwork. Check it out! Robin Hood couldn't do better than that too, right through the eye socket. Can't I get my arrows back? Oh well. Now you need to be careful with chests because some of them are trapped. So I'm taking a good look at it. Interesting. I'd almost forgotten just how incredibly awesome this game is, but it's bringing it all back to me. This game is awesome! So many quests, so many areas to explore, so many potions to brew. So many bad guys to kill. You can tell how much time and effort and love went into creating this. Oh. How do you like them apples? See, it feels like you're outdoors, doesn't it? But you're not. You're still underground. The game also has a fairly regular autosave feature and it's a good deal more stable than some games. I mean, one of the reasons I'm playing this and not trying to finish off that crappy Witcher game is because 3 times today I tried playing the Witcher and it just crashed. So lost me progress. I couldn't really get very far. Yeah. Do like one fight and then in the middle of it crash and then anyway, I see something. Right. I'm gonna sneak up on this, so I'm gonna move slowly. If you move slowly, you've got a better chance of being stealthy. If you stick to the dark areas, you've got a better chance of being stealthy. And if you don't pick stuff up, oh crap. I thought he was going to move forward again. Ah! Alright, it's time to switch to melee. Sneak attack bonus damage makes a massive difference. See how many arrows I put in that and it's still fine. Because my first arrow hit it in the arm. Doesn't matter where you hit it as well. Even though they're undead, hitting them in the face obviously does more damage. Like, you can stun them if you get like a nice sneak attack on the head. Once you get better at it, you can take them out with one shot. Let's do that in one hand. And yep, that's fine, that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. I've leveled up again. Oh, silver ingot. Right. Let's have some more stamina. This wood elf. Anyway. Light armor. Sneak. Could make myself better at sneaking. I mean, the last time I played this, I was like focusing on the archery and the sneak. First of all, I think I mastered those trees and then went back and did the whole thing again. But let's do. Like, well, since I've decided I'm specialising in light armour. There we go. Yeah, already got the good stuff of that. Right, save the game. Okay. Sounds like some swinging axes again. Yep, here we go. Uh-huh. Oh dear. Right. Oh, I do have restoration spells. Duh, you start with some restoration spells. I am an idiot. I really am an idiot. Command animal. My Boston blood gives me 50% resistance to poison and disease. Good, good. Right, anyway, yes, what was I doing? Yes, I was doing flames. Oh, right, okay. Oh. That one's got... Oh, see that sidestep? See? Wolf, but... Ooh, what we got in here? Well, anyway, it's time. Here we go. I don't want it left and right. There we go, left. Dear me. It's so confusing. Left and right. You have to left click for your right and right click for the left. It's just to hold it down. There we go, healed myself back up. That's how you do it. Just turn that off. Okay. Oh, interesting. You seem to remember that the ancient Nord weapons are heavier than their steel counterparts. So they're not the greatest, but you do get access to them before you typically get steel ones. Ah, this is the Hall of Stories. See, there are stories on the wall, frescoes. And the Golden Claw. Now, if we look at, I think, where is the claw? So, look at that claw. You can't equip the item, but if you look closely at it, you can see that marked on it there are 3 animals. The top animal nearest the claw is something like a bear, the middle one is something like a moth, and the bottom one is something like an owl. So what we want here is bear, moth, owl, and then we activate the keyhole. And we're in. Clever when you know what you're doing. Because most people, when they play the game for the first time, they think that the pictures of the items in your inventory are insignificant, and don't realise that the clue to what the combination is actually on the claw itself, and spend ages trying to brute force it. I think I actually got the correct combination by accident the first time, just by messing around with it. It wasn't long after that that I spotted what was going on. This area has the look of boss fight supposed to happen here to it. You're thinking what I'm thinking. This is something you'll be seeing again. Oh. And we've learnt our first word of power. See, he thought there was a stone tablet, I'd just pick it up and bring it to Lucan. But no, this is not something you can pick up and take. This, by the way, if you're interested, is an actual language. Somebody went to the bother of making a conlang and then writing a whole bunch of stuff. So there is actually a translation, but the entire message on this wall actually says, one word of which is this word of power, which I've now learned and can do a thing with. And here we go. Told you, boss fight. You didn't really think it was going to be that easy, did you? Whoa. See, that's what you can do with these shouts. Right, gonna have to switch to an actual melee. What have I got on my hand? Oops, thought I backed off far enough there, and that's me dying. Oh, what? You are kidding me. I thought we had an autosave before this one. Ooh, can't be bothered. Right. Oh. Right. Where is he? He's up there. Still haven't seen me. Nope. There's still another one up there, I'm sure of it. Apparently not. Don't know why I thought there was. Okay. Right. Entering. Bear. Moth. Owl. Here we go. Shouts. I've discovered this unrelenting force. But I can't actually do that because I need a dragon soul first before I can actually unlock it. That's right, that's right. So you learn the word and then you need a dragon soul to unlock it. Okay. And then it's telling me, look, quest marker over there. There we go. Oh yeah. And that's what we're really after. Dragonstone. Hop. That's what Farengar wants. Ancient Nord Greatsword of Cold. This is a magic weapon with an effect on it. And while I might not use two-handed weapons, I can disenchant it, learn the cold enchantment from it. Take that soul gem. And now, search the chest. There's a pair of hide boots. Right. That's better. So, bring the claw to Lucan. Sorry. Bleak Falls Barrow. Deliver the Dragonstone to Farengar. Miscellaneous. Visit the Shrine of Azura. Visit the College of Winterhold. Join the Stormcloak. Well, I'm going to save the game here. And it's late, so good session.